Why pay $200 in 2025 for a smartphone for 2016? Chris Viola here with a look at the Huawei P9 with a Leica Monochrome Sensor.
A big cameraman, aye, 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 aye. Then they tell me you're hogging up a big cameraman, aye, 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 aye. Then they tell me you're hogging up a big cameraman. I never heard you, I only saw you hogging up the big cameraman.
So this is the Huawei P9. You can see on the top here the Leica cameras in it. It says the Smart spherical, but or Sumerit, however you say the German terms there. But you shouldn't be surprised that there's not a $7,000 Leica lens here. This is one of those, like the Hasselblad and Zeiss also do this. They design it, but it's not being manufactured by them. Fingerprint reader in the square on the back. This is there's two cameras here. One is the standard 12 megapixel, again standard for smartphone cameras of the day, and the other is a monochrome sensor, and that is the real exciting thing here. Here's the camera. I'm not going to show you the phone. It's a standard 2016 smartphone pretty much, but the important key here is this setup. It's in photo mode right now, and it has other types of modes, and that uses the color camera, which is, again, it's a standard Bayer array color like you'd find on any other smartphone. But the unique thing literally about this one is it also has a monochrome mode. And in monochrome mode, I shouldn't say that. It's not a monochrome mode. It's a monochrome sensor with no Bayer array on it. And like a Pentax K-3 III Monochrome or a $10,000 Leica M monochrome, it shoots insanely sharp because it doesn't have any Bayer array, and it doesn't do any de-Bayerization through it. This is in Pro mode down here, so you can control your ISO, you can change the shutter speed. It has a fixed aperture like most smartphones. So, yes, I'm talking too much and not showing you what's going on. So let's take a look at some photos with the P9 in monochrome mode. And you know, I could show you color photos, but they're standard smartphone photos from back in the day. In other words, there's not any of the Uber processing, night mode, AI mode, and all of that kind of nonsense. So let's take a look at some images. So, was it worth 200 bucks? Absolutely. To be honest, I'm stunned at the quality of the photos coming out of here. They They're not quite to the level of the Pentax K-3 III Monochrome, but they are much better than I expected out of a small smartphone sensor, and they certainly blow away anything shot and converted with from a digital camera, color camera with a Bayer array in it. There's the Bayerization to get the color, and then the de-Bayerization to put the color into the file just makes the files all smeary. And the monochrome sensor, if you're a black and white shooter, is, I think, indispensable at this point. It's like shooting Ektachrome and converting it all to black and white prints. Does it work? Yeah. Is it terrible? Well, it's not great, and certainly it's much better to shoot Ilford HP5 or Tri-X or TechPan or some dedicated black and white film in the first place. It's the same thing here. This is a brilliant camera. Now, could you just use this as your only phone? I guess so. It's not, you know, there's a lot of more advanced stuff on here. I don't even have a SIM card in it. I don't have a phone number set up for it. I just have it using it on Wi-Fi, and it works perfectly good for that. And I already have the Sony Xperia Pro I, which is arguably the best pure imaging phone ever made. It's basically a Sony RX100 with a phone attached to it. Does it have all the computational stuff that the modern iPhones and Samsungs do? No, and I think that's a great benefit if you're a photographer, not to have someone else driving the image making, as it were. And this is the same thing. You get this because you want to make black and white images and shoot them manually and have control and be a photographer. That's it for this week. Feel out.